Have you ever wondered what would happen if you stopped chasing someone who only sees you as a tool to satisfy their bottomless ego? At first glance, they may seem like the perfect angel, but deep down, they are energy vampires who survive by draining your strength, confidence, and joy to feed their selfish ego. You think you're just helping, but in reality, you're the victim in an elaborate game. So what happens when you dare to refuse their puppet role? When you decide to step out of that sweet trap, they won't let go easily. Be prepared to face dramatic reactions, sophisticated tricks that you wouldn't even expect. Are you ready to escape the hell created by a narcissist? Join today's video to uncover the dark truths hidden behind their perfect mask and equip yourself with powerful strategies to protect yourself. Don't let anyone control your life for another minute. Number 1. When you stop being a puppet. The narcissist's awakening. Have you ever wondered what happens when you decide to break free from the manipulation of a narcissist? When you bravely step out of the puppet role they've crafted for you, a powerful shift occurs. Narcissists, who pride themselves on their ability to control others' emotions, are stunned when faced with your resistance. They've always seen you as a source of energy to fuel their massive ego. Your attention, admiration, or even your anger all serve as fuel to nourish their sense of self. But when you stop responding, when you refuse to play by their rules, you create an earthquake in their minds. The narcissist falls into a state of chaos, like an actor who has lost their leading role. Their arrogance is challenged by your very indifference. Calmness is your most powerful weapon. In the past, they may have become accustomed to your intense emotional reactions, anger, pain, or arguments. But now the indifference and distance you create throws them into confusion. They doubt themselves, wondering, how dare you? How can you live without me? These questions torment them, shattering the perfect image they've constructed for themselves. In desperation, the narcissist may change tactics. They might suddenly show concern, remorse, or shower you with sweet words to pull you back in. But don't be fooled. It's all an act aimed at regaining control. When you stand your ground, refusing to become their prey once more, their panic intensifies, haunted by their failure. Your actions not only weaken their power, but also strike at the deep insecurity they constantly hide. Narcissists depend on feedback from others to feel valuable. When you leave, they are forced to confront the truth. Their ego, built on a foundation of lies and manipulation, is not as strong as they thought. Escaping the narcissist's manipulation is not easy, but it's the first step towards reclaiming control of your life. Remember, your calmness and steadfastness are the most effective counterattacks. When you refuse to be a part of their play, you not only protect yourself, but also shake their false arrogance forever. Remember, join us as we continue this journey to explore the psychology of the narcissist when you are no longer their easy prey. Number 2. Feeling hurt. The narcissist's unexpected reaction. Narcissists, with their inflated egos, often resemble selfish children who constantly demand attention. They can ruthlessly devalue you, trample on your feelings, and take you for granted. But paradoxically, when you refuse to play by their rules, they are the ones who end up feeling hurt. They are like empty wells, constantly needing you to fill them with attention and emotions. They thrive on your reactions, whether it's anger, disappointment, or sadness. These negative responses are the water they need to sustain their ego. When you stop responding, when you no longer pour water into their well, they fall into a state of dryness and chaos. They lose control over you. They can no longer use you as a tool to regulate their emotions. This causes them to feel deeply hurt, even abandoned. The irony is that after all they have done, the lies, the manipulation, the devaluation, and ultimately discarding you, they still see themselves as the victim. They are not suffering because they lost you, but because they lost control. The fact that you are no longer suffering, no longer sacrificing yourself for them, makes them feel betrayed. In the narcissist's distorted worldview, they are always at the center, always right, and never accountable for their actions. When you refuse to submit, they will blame you for all their misfortunes. They forget that they were the ones who sabotaged the relationship, who hurt you. Instead, they take on the role of the victim, hoping to gain pity or attention from you and those around them. Narcissists cannot understand the feelings of others because, in their world, everything revolves around themselves. When you refuse to participate in their game, they not only lose control, but also face the emptiness within themselves. Remember, your indifference is the best way to protect yourself from their manipulative tactics. Number 3. Feeling fearful of being ignored. When a narcissist realizes their control is being challenged, their inner fear begins to surface, transforming into intense anger. For them, your attention is not just a source of pleasure or emotion, but the foundation for maintaining their illusionary ego. Your withdrawal, lack of response, or refusal to participate in their power games is like cutting off the flow of adoration they believe they deserve. In the narcissist's mind, you are not just a companion, but also a mirror, reflecting their greatness. When you stop providing attention, praise, or even anger, they feel threatened by the void they don't know how to fill. For them, this is not simply losing a person, but the collapse of the self-identity they have painstakingly built. Narcissists cannot tolerate being ignored. To them, being ignored is like a confirmation that they are unimportant, a severe blow to their already fragile self-esteem. In response, they often become aggressive, lashing out with harsh words or threats, hoping to force you back into the game. But the real motive behind these actions is not that they care about you, but that they cannot bear being removed from the center of attention. All the narcissist's behaviors, from anger to desperate attempts to pull you back, stem from a deep insecurity. They cannot face the truth that their ego is merely an illusion, maintained by interactions with others. When you leave, the emptiness they have always avoided begins to surround them. Instead of accepting reality, they seek to blame you or external factors because admitting their own weakness is unacceptable. Number 4. The narcissist's ultimate rage when power is challenged. When a narcissist realizes that all their efforts to control and manipulate have failed, they transition into their most ruthless phase. Discard and destroy. You are not just ignored, but placed on the enemy list, a punishment designed to annihilate both your emotions and reputation. They coldly erase you from their life as if you never existed. All bonds, including family, friends, or close relationships, become meaningless in their eyes. Unable to keep you under their control, the narcissist launches a smear campaign to destroy your image. They distort the truth, fabricate stories to paint you as the villain who bears all the blame. You may be labeled with the worst accusations, a traitor, an ungrateful person, or a failure. In the process of creating these lies, they even begin to believe their own narrative, helping them both convince others and evade feelings of guilt. This is how they protect their fragile ego, by destroying you. Their goal is not just to hurt you, but to completely erase your traces from their life, emotionally, mentally, and even socially. The narcissist may sabotage your career, your social relationships, and even resort to any means to drive you to exhaustion. However, they will never acknowledge their responsibility. In the scenario they construct, you are always the villain, and they are the pitiful victim. They exploit the empathy of others to legitimize their cruel actions. Number 5. False regret, a calculated ploy to pull you back. What they regret losing when you leave is not love, but the function you served, a source of energy to bolster their ego. Their memories of you are not tied to genuine emotions, but to the benefits they once exploited. Regret, devoid of sincerity. Narcissists do not understand the true meaning of love or remorse. When they lose you, they feel a void not because they have lost a deep connection, but because they have lost a resource they depended on. To them, emotions are merely a transaction. You can easily be replaced by anyone who can fill the space you left behind. When they notice you pulling away, the narcissist will not give up easily. They will employ the sweet talk strategy to try and lure you back. Promises of change, sweet words, and even seemingly sincere romantic gestures will appear. But be careful. This is just a staged performance designed to sway you. They know exactly what you want to hear, so they will utter phrases like, "I'm sorry," "I miss you," "I'll be different." However, these words do not stem from genuine feelings, but are solely aimed at restoring their control over you. 1. When other tactics fail, the narcissist will switch to playing the victim. They will appear hurt and distressed, making you feel guilty for leaving. Phrases like, "I just wanted to make you happy," or "I don't understand why you're treating me this way," are used to make you doubt yourself and feel responsible for returning. They will also distort reality, transforming selfish actions into noble sacrifices to make you believe you misunderstood them. They evoke beautiful memories from the past to blur the pain they caused, leading you astray in remorse and self-doubt. The narcissist does not truly regret losing you. They only want to re-establish control. They will do anything to pull you back, from apologies and fake tears to dramatic performances of sorrow. But their ultimate goal is always to continue manipulating, exploiting, and maintaining power in the relationship. Stay vigilant to recognize these manipulative actions from this malicious individual. Number 6. Escaping the manipulation vortex, when the narcissist reveals their true colors. When all manipulation attempts fail, when you break free from their control, the narcissist will unleash their final weapon, indifference and contempt. They turn their back, erasing all the value you once brought, treating you as if you never existed. In their eyes, you were merely a tool serving their selfish ego, and when that tool is no longer useful, they are ready to discard it without a second thought. But this contempt is not simply hatred. It is a facade that hides a deep-seated fear within them, the vulnerability of facing failure. Unable to admit that their power has been broken, they choose to devalue you to protect their self-delusion. They will act cold and distant, as if you don't matter at all. This attitude is not because they don't care, but because they cannot face the truth that you have overcome them. In the narcissist's distorted mind, belittling others is the only way they can maintain a sense of control and power. In essence, this is a sign that you have won, not by making them regret, but by reclaiming your autonomy and escaping the toxic cycle. Your worth is not dependent on how they perceive you, but on your own self-awareness. Take time to confront the wounds, but don't let them define you. This is the time to rediscover your inner strength, rebuild your self-esteem, and move forward. While the narcissist remains trapped in their own power games, you have found freedom. Escaping the manipulation vortex is not just liberation, but a testament to your strength and resilience. By leaving the narcissist, you have affirmed your true value, something they can never possess or control. When you end the drama with a narcissist, you not only regain control of your life, but also rediscover yourself, a strong, independent person worthy of genuine love. Freed from manipulation, you are no longer a puppet in their play, but the protagonist in your own story. Remember, refusing your role in the narcissist's game is not the end, but a new beginning. It's an opportunity to build healthy relationships, develop self-esteem, and learn to love yourself fully. Don't be afraid of change. Every step away from the narcissist is a step closer to the life you deserve. Ultimately, the greatest victory is not about hurting them, but proving that you can live a free, happy, and fulfilling life. Despite all their attempts to manipulate and control you, believe that you are strong enough to overcome and deserve better things. This is a journey back to yourself, a journey you will certainly never regret.